A program from the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, Iscan, is now at your doorstep.
By the way, what is corporate governance and what are its key pillars?
Will there be any conflict of interest if a person combines the roles of a chairman and a chief executive officer in a corporate organization?
What can Nigeria do to gain international recognition in the context of the application of corporate governance?
These and many more questions will be answered on
Corporate Governance Platform, a program designed to inform and educate our numerous viewers on the adoption of corporate governance best practices by corporate entities.
Join the Corporate Governance Platform crew every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. on NITV, your talent station, via DSTV 255 and UHF 43.
Corporate Governance Platform, your strategy for the adoption of corporate governance best practices by corporate entities. Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, Iscan, the hub of governance professionals.
It's a beautiful Thursday evening in the city of Lagos. Thanks for joining us on Corporate Governance Platform, coming to you live from MITV. I am your anchorman, Tunde Odeyemi, and in today's episode, we shall be taking a look at the roles and relevance of non-executive directors in Corporate Governance Platform. And joining me in the studio and leading in the conversation is the past president of Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, Dr. Nosike Agoke. Dr. Nosike Agoke is a seasoned corporate manager, boardroom expert, legal practitioner, banker, economist, corporate governance expert, chartered secretary, arbitrator, and a chartered accountant. He has diverse experience in banking, accounting, board practices, leadership and dynamics, including corporate governance, induction and board evaluation, legal, administration, human resources and strategy, corporate and public affairs and taxation, covering over 30 years. He is currently a legal, management and governance consultant and facilitator to several organizations in Nigeria and abroad, including the African Development Bank at their offices all over Africa, the Institute of Directors, the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, and the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. Dr. Agoke was the president and chairman of council of the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria between 2005 and 2007. Dr. Agoke, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And thank you for finding time to join us on Corporate Governance Platform. So let's start. Who are the non-executive directors to start with, and what are their roles?
Well, thank you very much. I will give you a direct answer, but I need to check the stage first.
Okay.
And we can't talk about non-executive directors, but directors are the actual part, without talking about the need for directors. We have a group of persons who will contribute money as capital, set up a company, and then have the need to run that business. Then the need to run the business is the state, the constitution of the board. So you give this money to these guys who will appoint the management team and then run the business and deliver value to the owners. Whether we're doing who are the I would have moved from that perspective of just working to satisfy the interests of their own to include satisfaction of the interests of other stakeholders, like the employees, community, the banks, and provide money for the business of the So you need a board. And in line with corporate governance, you shouldn't have just those who run the business on a day-to-day basis. To be the only ones who can. You must have people who are coming from outside of the business, providing finance, to provide integrity, to provide fairness, to provide direction based on their skill sets and the experiences that they have in order to assist those who are known as executive directors to deliver that to. So non-executive directors are members of the board properly appointed who do not work for that company on a daily basis, as distinguished from executive directors who work for the company on a daily basis. In other words, executive directors are employees, while directors and non-executive directors are
But what benefits do non-executive directors bring to the organization?
well, the benefits, one of the major benefits is experience, diverse experience, because you have a couple of persons who come in as non-executive directors. You may have someone who has a background in banking, you may have someone, depending on the line of business that the company is in, you may have someone who has experience in engineering, you may have someone who has experience in accounting, you may also have someone who has experience in corporate governance and law. So you get these guys to provide a good background of several years that can impact positively on the success and the sustainability of it. So non-executive directors bring experience, they bring innovation, and they bring transparency. Yeah.
Okay, there is another leg to that, the independent directors. So what are the distinguishing factors between the non-executive directors and the non-executive independent directors?
Well, non-executive directors necessarily are persons who have been appointed to represent certain interests. Alright, so you may have the key shareholder who has got power or the right to appoint directors. So he brings in whoever he believes can contribute to board dynamics, can contribute to discussions that will lead to the attainment of the goals and objectives of the organization. So he appoints. But we also know that some key shareholders will appoint anyone without being mindful of the fact of certain criteria. So they just bring someone and say, this someone I've nominated, appoint it on hand of the director. Alright? So non-executive directors usually come on board to represent certain interests. Independent non-executive directors are also non-executive directors because they do not work for that company on a day-to-day basis. But they are independent because they are not there to represent certain specific interests. And this is where the corporate governance code has prescribed certain criteria that must be met by those who become independent non-executive directors. And the key criteria is that they should not own shares more than 0.01% of this capital. And they should not be related to the executives of the business or have material business relationships. And they should not have been employees of the company for a period of time or time. So there are lots of criteria that, independent, those who will become directors will have to meet in order for them to be properly suited.
So there is a difference between the non-executive directors and the independent directors.
Yeah, the difference is that the non-executive directors who are not executive directors in most cases represent certain interests. But the independent non-executive directors represent the interests of the shareholders as a whole as stakeholders. So there are no specific interests other than the fact that they are coming with the experience and they are coming to deliver independence, the discussions and the processes of the board to ensure that value is created. Okay. Alright, because what you find in practice is that non-executive directors who represent certain interests will be driving the interest of those who are concerned. Okay. Sometimes to the detriment of the majority of the owners of the business, who may not have power to control what is going on. But independent non-executive directors, so not attacked. I'm here to deliver value to the shareholders as a whole. That's the difference.
Okay. And what are those instances that have been recognized in corporate governance? You mentioned corporate governance. Instances that have been recognized in corporate governance that has given rise to independence of or loss of independence.
Well, this is a very good question because the corporate governance code has provided that there should be evaluations for the independence of independent non-executive directors. Now, the independent non-executive directors come in afresh with this total of interest. Okay, alright. So they've been assessed, their profiles have been looked at, and the board has convinced itself that this guy or this lady is suitable to become an independent non-executive director. So he begins to work. and he begins to concentrate value to processes of law. But over time, he or she begins to relate closely with those that are in-house. And naturally, some will begin to lose that independence, that is rock at the beginning. So the corporate governance code says you need to evaluate the continuing independence of this guy to determine that the main reason why he or she came to join this law as an independent non-executive director has not been reached. Alright, so you do an evaluation, and if you find that this person is no longer independent, then you begin to put processes in place, either to ensure that you bring him or her back to that state of independence, or you find someone else to represent that particular interest of independent director. Alright, so the major trust for the appointment of independent non-executive director is to deliver independence, to say, look, I'm independent of interest, I am here to work honestly and faithfully to deliver value.
Does the board evaluation guarantees the independence of the non-executive director?
Yeah, the point is that when you are carrying out an evaluation of the board as a whole, there are usually two parts. One is the evaluation of the board as a whole, as a body, as an organ. You also have what we call peer evaluation, where each director will evaluate his colleagues on the board. Now, when we talk about the evaluation of the independence of the independent non-executive director, we're saying that there's an additional exercise of evaluation, which is to determine the independence of this guy who is on this board as an independent non-executive director. So what do? There are certain things, certain criteria, certain variables that you have to develop. Those are the variables that you work on to be able to determine whether this guy is very independent or not. And one of the things we'll have to look at is the perception of his colleagues in the board as to whether they believe that this guy is still reasonably independent. One other thing that you have to look at is the processes and the things that this guy has done, his contributions. You look at the minutes, and you belong to board committees, which normally is a good thing. You also look at the minutes of board committees. You look at governance documents, and you'll be able to determine the extent to which this guy, is still.
Okay, let's talk about the day-to-day running of the organization. Why is it a governance practice that non-executive directors should not be involved in the day-to-day running of the organization?
Well, with regards to government, the reason is that you don't want to put every director as executive director. Because as I said at the beginning, you need to bring persons who have different backgrounds. You need to bring persons who have other things that they are doing, and they're bringing experience from doing various places to be on the processes there. Okay, alright, so, and we determine that all those who are on the board, the executive directors, whatever that should work for the company, you will lose the benefits of non-executive directors. Alright, because there are immense benefits to be derived from having persons who do not work in the business. There's a control element. Those who are non-executive directors exert a lot of control. So they come in and say, guys, who want this business? Explain this. So there's what we refer to as grouping. Those who work as executive directors, in most cases, have the problem of grouping. They think along the line of the same direction. But those who are non-executive directors come with different aspects that are necessary in order to be able to deliver the value that God.
Wow. I'm enjoying this conversation with Dr. Nasipe Adoka. We have to go on a short break. Please don't go away with the
Corporate Governance Platform, a program from the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, Iscan, is now at your doorstep.
By the way, what is corporate governance and what are its key pillars?
Will there be any conflict of interest if a person combines the roles of a chairman and a chief executive officer in a corporate organization?
What can Nigeria do to get international recognition in the context of the application of corporate governance?
These and many more questions will be answered on
Corporate Governance Platform, a program designed to inform and educate our numerous viewers on the adoption of corporate governance best practices by corporate entities.
Join the Corporate Governance Platform Cool every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. on NITV, your talent station via DSTV 255 and UHF 43.
Corporate Governance Platform, your strategy for the adoption of corporate governance best practices by corporate entities. Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, Iscan, the hub of governance professionals.
You're welcome back. I still am with Miola in the studio. Dr. Nosike Adokai, the past president, Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. And we are discussing the roles and relevance of non-executive directors in corporate governance balance. Dr. Adokai, the code, the corporate governance code, provides that non-executive director to be independent should not render any professional or consultancy services to the organization, apart from the one that is given as a capacity of non-executive director. Why is this so?
Well, the corporate Nigerian corporate governance code provides principles 6 protocols that talk about and then the reason is simply to preserve that figure to ensure that this non-executive director, who is an independent director, does not lose that character that is molded by him. In other words, this person must continue to work honestly, impartially, and working for all the stakeholders, not just for the group. So that's the objective. And the moment this person begins to get involved in providing consultancy services, getting into material business relationships with the company or the officer of the company, I can assure you that independence will be lost. Because you will now find this director who is engaged, who is supposed to be an independent director, who is engaged in businesses, trying to provide one favor or the other in the course of his job as a director, because he expects certain favors from those who are doing it. So that's why the code says this person should not be involved in material business relationships. This person should not provide any consultancy services to that area. It is simply to make it possible for this person to live to the future all through the period of his tenure.
While recognizing the neutrality and the impartiality, what if this person is the best in the country to offer the particular service to the organization, and he is a non-executive director or an independent director of the organization, and the organization needs the services of this person? Can there be an exemption for this?
Well, the truth of the matter is, even if you are not an independent director, there is what we refer to as conflict of interest. Even when you are simply director of the board, not as an independent director. And the matter of conflict of interest is very serious, because it raises the issue of the question of disclosure. Alright, you have to disclose that you have this interest in this transaction or in this contract. And sometimes, because you have a conflict of interest, there's a process that has to be followed. And then I'm a board advisor, and I keep telling directors it is better for you to avoid conflict. For independent non-executive directors, the matter of conflict of interest is a more serious matter, because it is not even allowed. Alright, so the point is that if you feel strongly that you've got experience, you have the knowledge, and you are determined to provide service to earn income, you should resign as an independent non-executive and then begin to provide that service. As a matter of fact, the corporate governance code says you cannot designate a non-executive director who is not an independent as independent. For instance, if you are on the board of a company as a non-executive director, we cannot now fund you or make you an independent director. That tells you the extent to which the character of independence is recognized as a corporate governance.
Not even when the executive director resigns the appointment from the company cannot still go back to the
You
company?
cannot. It has to take some years before you can. In fact, we conducted a board evaluation for top PLC in this country, and we found that the former director of the company, who left not too long ago, was appointed an independent director, and we said, no, this is not right. You cannot be an independent director because it is contrary to the position of the corporate governance.
Okay, another led to that. Can a resigned executive director come back to become the chairman of the company?
You see, the chairman of the company is not an independent non-executive director.
Okay.
All right. If the chairman of the company is not an independent non-executive director, then it means that an executive of the company who has resigned can, but it depends on the industry.
Okay.
You know, for industries that are heavily regulated, sometimes they have a regulation that says it cannot. For company entities that are not heavily regulated, sometimes it's possible. But in terms of corporate governance, we usually advise that this is not advisable. Alright, that it is important for you. And the issue of chairmanship, I've always said it, is not the longest serving person that is most suitable for the position of chairman. But there are so many things that the chairman will have to do. You have to run into his skills, running into his skills in managing corporate accounts. There's so many things, so you've got to have skills. So the fact of an executive who has retired coming into it as chairman, for me, shouldn't be. Some companies do it, but it's not the right thing in terms of corporate governance. And let me make this point, that entities should please not make assumptions. They should seek advice from time to time, particularly from our institute, Iscan. That's because in Iscan we've got a crop of professionals who are corporate governance advisors, who are corporate governance evaluators, who make it possible for organizations and their boards to see the value that is inherent in evaluating corporate governance. So there's no need to make an assumption. Go to Iscan, seek advice, and will be provided with someone to help you.
Beautiful. Maybe one of these days we're going to take a topic essentially on the roles of chairman and how to become chairman. But before then, I have a question for you. Why do you think the corporate governance code recommends that non-executive directors should have unfettered access to the company secretary, the internal auditor, while access to other senior management should go through the MCO? Okay, fine.
This is the executives report to the MCO. And the corporate governance code recognizes because they report to the MCO. The MCO has got leadership responsibility within the organization in terms of executive. So necessarily they have to report to the MCO. They have to go to the For non-executive directors, they don't report to the MCO. Alright? And the non-executive directors, as I said, are there to protect the interests of the shareholders and the stakeholders as a whole. And they are directors. And we need to understand the fact of what the law has provided with regards to liability of directors. It is a dangerous thing to serve on the board of a company without understanding that there are consequences, without understanding the fact that you have liabilities that may be engendered, and that these liabilities may come in the form of criminal liability, and that they may come in the form of civil liability. I mean, what will it profit a director to serve on the board of a company carelessly, and then there are criminal liabilities, and you go to jail at the end of it. Alright? So the point is, directors have joint and several liabilities. The executive directors have the same standard of liabilities as the non-executive directors. That's what the Supreme Court said in the case of General Dogge and Tesla. And if all the directors, irrespective of the fact that you don't work in that company on a daily basis, have the same standard of liability, then it makes a lot of sense for those who do not work on a daily basis to make sure that the right things are done. And those to provide information that will give them a good level of comfort, and not the executives who run the business. Those who exert control, head of internal control, head of regulation, head of compliance, they must have access to them to be able to obtain information that they can use to act independently. So it's a control mechanism.
Wonderful. In about 30 seconds, what is your advice to shareholders who said they are company owners? What is your advice for them in appointing non-executive directors and independent directors?
Well, my advice to shareholders is for companies, and many companies have made this mistake and they continue to make it, develop what we call eligibility criteria. And say those that we appointed as non-executive directors must meet this criteria. It's not a matter of appointing anyone, all right, to represent interest. You can have the right to appoint a non-executive director, but please make sure that this person that you are going to appoint meets set criteria. That is the only way that you can get those who deliver value to that business and board process. Because board dynamics is very key, it's very important. If the board fails, the business is likely to fail. Wow. So we need to attach the grading of importance to the fact of those who are coming to serve the board. And that's why developing a criteria will help ensure that only those who have what it takes will add value and prevent liabilities for directors are engaged.
This is where we wrap it up and draw the curtain on today's episode. Thank you very much, Dr. Musika, for shedding light on the roles and relevance of non-executive directors. Please join us again next week, same station, same time. I am Tunde Odeyemi. Bye for now.
Corporate Governance Platform, a program from the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, Iscan, is now at your doorstep.
By the way, what is corporate governance and what are its key pillars?
Will there be any conflict of interest if our person combines the roles of our chairman and a chief executive officer in a corporate organization?
What can Nigeria do to gain international recognition in the context of the application of corporate governance?
These and many more questions will be answered on
Corporate Governance Platform, a program designed to inform and educate our numerous viewers on the adoption of corporate governance best practices by corporate entities.
Join the Corporate Governance Platform crew every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. on NITV, your talent station via DSTV 255 and UHF 43.
Corporate Governance Platform, your strategy for the adoption of corporate governance best practices by corporate entities. Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, Iscan, the hub of governance professionals.